To everyone in the XRP family, a happy Tuesday. The updates that you guys are looking for are being brought to you by your boy, Crypto ZX. Additionally, you guys have shown a lot of support. Please continue to show support, and you guys are aware that I have you guys covered with these updates. Tuesday, on the other hand, is a fantastic day for the market as a whole, which is undoubtedly something that we would like to see. Over the past few days, we have been witnessing a significant amount of red, and it has been pretty much since Saturday that it has been, despite the fact that we keep reading about the market, we finally noticed some kind of improvement. Despite the fact that we are currently seeing an increase, it is evident that there are important aspects that we need to keep in mind. XRP, on the other hand, is now experiencing a 5.1% increase. At this moment, the price of XRP has risen above the $3 threshold, which indicates that it has had a significant rebound. The answer is a resounding yes. To be more specific, the price of Bitcoin increased by 4.3% versus 3.2%. Taking into consideration the valuation at this moment, nearing $180 billion, with the trading volume for the past 24 hours coming in at approximately $6.8 billion. As is customary, I would want to make it clear that the content on this channel does not constitute financial advice. If you are considering investing in cryptocurrency, you should always conduct your own research and due diligence. I would want to begin with this particular point here. Quite a few fascinating things to consider here. To put that into perspective, if the price of Bitcoin were to hit $125,000, that would be over $16 billion. It is real that $16 billion in shorts are going to be wiped out, $1,625,000 and I want you guys to take a look at Bitcoin here. I know you guys are hearing me go crazy over this figure, but it is true. When did the price of Bitcoin reach its all-time high? All right, let's give it a live refresh, shall we? Also, have a look at this. The all-time high price of Bitcoin was, in fact, very close to reaching $125,000. Can this actually be the case? I need to have that assurance before the next wave of students leaves. First, we have to get back above 115,000, and then we will proceed from there. But that would be a very interesting thing to do. In terms of liquidation, almost $15.9 billion is the amount. That might be rather something to consider. That being said, is it possible that market makers will actually begin to drive the price of Bitcoin back up? The outcome of the situation is still up in the air, but in terms of the liquidation figures, that would be extremely remarkable. Nevertheless, have a look at this. The Department of Commerce of the United States of America will start providing economic data, utilizing the blockchain, and the most advantageous aspect of doing so is that the data cannot be altered in any way. This is the beauty of the blockchain industry. It is hard and fast, and there is no turning back. And now you are beginning to see the United States Department of Commerce really beginning to take interest, and that should just be a sign that this is more than just providing the economic data. Demonstrates that governments are beginning to pay attention to this new technology that is coming. This is a fantastic example of how people are beginning to comprehend the beauty of blockchain technology and how it is being implemented. A few years ago, it was thought that it would never happen, but now that we are going further into the future, as regulatory clarity is coming in, people are beginning to appreciate the beauty of blockchain technology. All right, let's talk about XRP right now. Institutional demand for XRP exchange-traded funds is being. If you take a look at the asset managers that are submitting applications for XRP exchange-traded funds, you will notice that by comparison to its rivals, it is in the lead. So, not only are XRP and Solana among the most liquid assets, but they are also two of the most popular assets for use in exchange-traded fund applications. By the end of the year 2024, the market depth of XRP had likewise surpassed that of Solana and ADA. Details on all of this are provided below. These exchange-traded funds, ETFs, are going to go live, in my opinion, and it is unavoidable. On the other hand, I would want to remind you that I completely agree with Smoke's broader perspective, which is that people are underestimating the potential of the ETF and the ways in which it could eventually be legalized. Although corporations like as BlackRock and Fidelity are not yet involved in the process, I have no doubt that they are familiar with the concept of XRP. And I believe that they might be thinking strategically because it just does not make any sense to me that they let go of these other assets that have the potential to bring in billions of dollars in inflows, and they just don't go after them because it just doesn't make any sense. However, they are leaving a significant amount of money on the table. Please, once more, share your thoughts with me in the comments section, but before you do so, take a look at this. XRP has just received a significant boost from China. Link Logic, a Chinese financial technology powerhouse, is transitioning its supply chain finance infrastructure, which is worth $1 trillion, to the XRP ledger. Once again, a hearty round of praise is being given to the XRP ledger here. Permit that to sink in. Additionally, if you have a complete understanding of how the XRP ledger operates and how the XRP token serves as that bridge token, and if you are aware that it is required, it will be burned over time. Additionally, we are discussing a supply chain financing platform on the XRP ledger that is worth $1 trillion as well. In addition, if we continue to form relationships of this kind, things are going to become a lot more fascinating. Therefore, RWAs, payments across borders, and trade based on finance are all enabled by the XRPL. In addition to that, Korea is coming to the rescue to save the day. XRP is currently trading at 305, and it is clear that he is referring to the spot data numbers. But let's wait and see what transpires. It should come as no surprise that the week has almost just begun. Tomorrow, we will see what the future holds. The stats for NVIDIA are also going to be released. Let's wait and see what the outcome is with it. Nevertheless, have a look at this. After the debut of the Gemini XRP card, Ripple's CEO Brad Gerlinghouse expressed his excitement about the future of the cryptocurrency. When the debut of a special XRP edition Gemini credit card was announced, Gerlinghouse joined members of the XRP community in celebrating the celebration. The card, which was released yesterday, gives users the opportunity to earn 4% back in XRP on everyday purchases. This is something that I have, of course, brought to your attention in the most recent update. This is a revolutionary feature for XRP long-term holders who are located in the United States with the card. The CEO of Ripple, in response to the new development, expressed his astonishment at the creation of the very first XRP reward credit card, which was a celebration of the remarkable achievement. He made the remark, "The XRP family, what a wonderful moment to be living." The comments made by Gerlinghouse underscore how incredible it is that an XRP reward credit card has been introduced, which was something that was unimaginable just a few years ago. I wholeheartedly concur with that. Through the usage of the Gemini credit card, which offers up to 4% back in XRP incentives, he urged his followers to make everyday tra. It is, without a doubt, quite significant news, but have a look at this. To the vet, a shout out. It is important to keep in mind that some who are extremely intelligent are aware of the benefits, the others, and they will tell you that the usage of stablecoins and issued is necessary because bridge currency does not function or has no use. An ascending position on the XRP ledger, which confers a privileged status on the ledger, is advantageous to XRP. I couldn't agree with you more, but before we go any further, let's take a look at what's going on with the price of domination, which is decreasing right now in comparison to yesterday. Wonderful to behold. And a constant reminder of the reasons why we should be paying such careful attention to the dominance, because as you may know, the dominance is currently declining and we are witnessing altcoins experiencing a surge of love, while Bitcoin is still a long way from where it was before this massive downturn. In spite of this, alternative cryptocurrencies continue to enjoy themselves. Also, this is due to the fact that Bitcoin itself is responsible for it. A retest of 112,000 is about to take place. You should be prepared for a rejection of some kind. The door is still open for us to retest some of these negative levels, unless, of course, we get back above 150,000, which is something that I talk to you guys about on a regular basis. However, if we are able to break above that crucial area, that would be a wonderful thing. Perhaps closing our daily candle above 112 would be a nice thing. As far as XRP is concerned, it has managed to climb back up above the $3 price threshold. Of course, the fact that the psychological level is a very, very important range does not come as a surprise to anything. In addition, we have risen above that. I really hope that we are able to close above that range, but at the same time, you should be paying very close attention to where Bitcoin is staying. But I would like to know what you guys think about everything that is going on in the comments section. I'll see you later. And in the meantime, I'll be CryptoZX. Peace out.